Texas, Mexico's hat. If you live in the suburbs of Houston, you probably expect life to be pretty uneventful. You know, kids riding bikes, women holding book clubs, dudes shooting AR-15s at trash cans for looking at them funny. But one thing you definitely don't expect is a 200-pound jungle cat.
This morning, authorities still on the prowl, searching for a missing tiger seen roaming the streets of Houston.
It makes us cringe to all of us just to know there's a wild animal at large.
Oh my gosh.
The big cat's unexpected appearance, leaving neighbors and even Houston's mayor baffled.
Let's find the tiger and let's place the tiger in the most appropriate place.
You know, this has become kind of commonplace in Texas, and so I really hope that Senators Cruz and Corman will sign on to the Big Cat Public Safety Act, because if they had last year when the House passed this bill, the Senate didn't bring it up for a vote. If it had passed last year, this wouldn't have happened this time.
Holy shit! It's Carol Baskin! Wow! It's so weird seeing someone from the beginning of quarantine. You know what it's like? It's like turning on the news and seeing that t-shirt that I had to use as toilet paper. Like, wow, my t-shirt made it. Oh man, I'm glad to see it's doing okay. And I know Carol is blaming politicians, but I think she should be the one finding that tiger. I mean, she's got experience with big cats, she has her own sanctuary, and she's already married to the Bates. Plus, if you ask me, now is not the time to politicize a tiger on the loose. Please, people. Every time a tiger escapes, there's a rush to push tiger control, and I'm sick of it. We need to accept that occasional tiger attacks are just a part of living in a free country. And look, man, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. All my sympathies here are with the tiger. People are shocked that the tiger isn't where it belongs, but who are the ones who brought it there? It's the people, right? And everyone's like, he's not supposed to be here. Well, then give him directions back to the jungle. The crazy thing is that somehow the tiger is still on the loose after 3 days. How the hell is that possible? How can they not find a tiger in Texas? It's a tiger, not a Planned Parenthood. But let's move on to the pandemic that's still on the loose. COVID-19. Here in America, teenagers aged 12 to 15 can now start receiving COVID vaccines as soon as tomorrow, which is great news, especially for Matt Gaetz, because now his dating life can pick up again. And other countries are also stepping up their vaccine programs too. Although over in Italy, there are now 5 doses less than there should be.
A 23-year-old woman has been discharged from a hospital in Italy after she was mistakenly given 6 doses of Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine. A healthcare worker accidentally filled a syringe with an entire bottle of the vaccine containing a total of 6 doses and only realized her mistake shortly after the shot was administered. The patient, who is in, quote, good health with no underlying conditions, was kept in the hospital for observation. Doctors say they will continue to monitor that woman's immune response to the massive dose of vaccine.
Wow. This one woman got more vaccines than all of Wyoming. I mean, yeah, mistakes happen, but this is really everyone's worst nightmare at the doctor's office, you know, because you can tell if a waiter brings you the wrong food or if your plumber didn't stop a leak, but let's be honest. You don't know enough about medicine to know exactly what the nurses and doctors are doing. Like whenever they're cupping my balls, that might be a medical necessity, or it could just be like a long-running practical joke that doctors have been playing on us since forever. There's no way to know. You've seen, like, why would they do that? And cup it, then they pull it down, then they tell you to bark. Huh? I'll tell you what though, this woman is really lucky that this didn't happen in America. Because over here, man, they'd be like, don't worry, ma'am, you're gonna be completely fine, but those extra 5 doses are gonna cost you $2 million. Will that be cash or card? Now, one thing is for sure. If that woman survives this, she is going to be coronavirus's worst nightmare. I mean, forget fighting COVID. If you get that much vaccine in you, you'll be able to see COVID. And finally, the US Secret Service. They're the reason America's president is so comfortable talking all that shit. During the years when Donald Trump was president, we heard a lot about how he and his people caused chaos at almost every government institution. The State Department, the Post Office, hell, he even asked the Department of Agriculture to grow potatoes with all the fixins already inside. But we didn't hear many stories about the Secret Service under Trump. Well, that is, until now.
Some stunning revelations in a new book. And it says Trump family members became, quote, inappropriately close with some Secret Service agents.
Inappropriately close with Vanessa Trump, Donald Trump Jr.'s ex-wife, means that there was a relationship that was formed, that the two did date. But certainly this relationship, if it did exist, is inappropriate and also against Secret Service rules. Secret Service protectors are not supposed to get personal with their protectees, as it may compromise their situation guarding them. Now, another nugget in here involves Tiffany Trump. It was said in this book that Tiffany Trump developed a close relationship with a, quote, tall, dark, and handsome Secret Service agent on her detail after breaking up with one of her boyfriends. This is another thing that came out in this post in the Guardian story, is a little teaser from Carol's book that says that Trump did not like the appearance of some of his agents. He said, quote, "I want these fat guys off my detail. How are they going to protect me and my family if they can't run down the street?"
Wait, hold up. Do Trump's Secret Service agents really need to be that fit? I mean, if we're honest, they only need to run fast enough to keep up with him. Not to mention, if I was the size of Trump, I would want all my Secret Service agents to be huge, just to make myself look thin in comparison. You have one mission: to protect me. You're petite president, so petite, so tiny. And as for the Trump women, I mean, come on. Are we surprised? Of course they fell for their bodyguards. Anyone would. These people are physically fit and willing to die for you? Whew. You find someone like that on Tinder. In fact, getting into a relationship with your bodyguard is actually a good idea, in my opinion. Yeah, because then they'll want to protect you even more. I mean, yes, the downside is that when the relationship gets stale, and the danger comes, then all of a sudden they'll be like, am I really gonna risk my life for a person who leaves hair in the shower drain?